klaar.
Of teaching a dog that involves clicking and rewarding every small step it takes towards completing a task. Hopefully this will help Kath understand that Hal, just like any dog, can be taught to do tasks step by step. Back at school today is Freddie, the gorgeous Portuguese water dog, to learn something new. This week, we're going to continue his education and we're going to teach him to go round the cones.
Okay.
We are going to do it by using the clicker.
Right.
And rewarding each little increment going round the cones. Now, this is not an easy thing for the dog to do.
Okay.
It's first of all a circle one way and then second a circle the other way. To begin with, I'm going to lure him, as it were, because he's not got the faintest idea of what I want him to do. So we'll just show him. Now, I'm placing him in the direction I want him to go by putting the food out there. And eventually what will happen is he will start to make the move himself in the direction that I want him to go, and then finally he'll go all the way around himself. He will learn that that's what I want him to do. Let's see if Kath's any better at rewarding and communicating with Freddie than she was with hubby Hal. Right hand. What's that right hand got to do with anything?
I was leading him.
Yes. Try not to, because you're actually, you don't want two lures.
No.
You're already leading him round the cones with the food, aren't you? And make sure that you click the way he's going. That's better timing. Good girl. But now you left the next one too late.
I did.
Because he turned around and came back.
Right.
Okay? Click the move and not the eating. You're late with the clicker. Timing is everything when it comes to teaching dogs, and husbands come to that. And Kath really hasn't got the hang of this. She's failing to communicate what she wants to Freddie because she's clicking and rewarding all at the wrong time.
You'll teach me, won't you, Freddie?
You see how important timing is?
And I was late with that one as well.
You're late with the clicker. Click the move and not the eating. Let's see if she can do a bit better with the next dog, Alfie, a sleek 2-year-old Italian greyhound brought in by owner David.
Oops, you got two.
Here we are.
This
is much better. Kath is leading Alfie round the cones by clicking his movement towards each treat. By George, I think she's got it.
Come on.
Okay, now we're going to move on a step because we know that he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until he does it before you click. Any little move towards it.
You know I want you to go over there.
Okay, good.
Oops. That way.
Just move yourself slightly to help him. Yeah, that was enough.
Good one.
Good. Okay, now move yourself over here to stop him coming round, okay?
Good. Good one.
There's a lot to think of.
There is,
yes,
all at once.
I know, but you see, you're a woman, you can multitask.
Well, yes, that's true.
Yes, so bear that in mind. We say we're superior, now you've got to prove it. With a bit more practice, Kath is gradually getting the hang of communicating clearly with Alfie and rewarding him when he gets it right. She's shaping his behaviour. Well, I think that's enough for Alfie today. He's worked very, very hard and he learned an awful lot. But the one thing I did notice where you were getting a tad frustrated when you weren't actually timing it right. If I get frustrated, I get tense. And if I get tense, it goes to the dog. And if the dog senses my tension, then learning doesn't take place.
Because I do get very frustrated when things aren't going as quick as I want them to do.
Well, that would probably then communicate itself to Hal because your whole body language would be tense, you know? So now you have to take yourself in hand and say, this is not only a challenge, but it is going to be a pleasure for me to shape the behaviour of my husband. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. Well, Kath's on her own now. What's most important for her is to remember to reward every one of Hal's steps towards completing the task she gives him. And she must communicate clearly, or she might as well change her name to Mrs. Mop. Fingers crossed, Treasure. Back home, and Hal's proving old habits die hard by not making the bed.
Bed unmade again.
Oh dear. Kath is now cross that Hal hasn't made the bed again. She's forgotten everything I told her about not getting worked up and can't resist the urge for a nag.
Well, you're going to put that in the bin?
Yeah, of course not.
We've managed to use all the pans that we've got.
Remember, I told Kath to give clear instructions in order to shape the behaviour she wants from Hal, not to nag him or hound him with hints. It just won't work. And for all you ladies, husband training, that's a very important lesson.
It will all be cleared up at the end. All will become clear at the end, my dear.
Yeah. Look at it.
It takes another 20 minutes of Kath's hinting before Hal finally gets the message and clears up.
Yeah. Just for you, I'll put this away.
Oh, thank you.
You'll be wanting me to put the cat away next.
Would be nice. I think it's very hard to stand back and to not actually follow him around and do things myself and just actually wait for him to do the work that I've asked him to do. I've realised now that I do have a problem with communicating with Hal. I didn't realise that I just don't actually come out and say what it is that I actually want. I hint a lot.
Exactly, my love. Eureka! Has the penny finally dropped? Let's see.
There we go. You got one corner? Oh.
Rather than standing over him and commenting on everything Hal does wrong, Kath's worked out that by doing things together, she can shape Hal's behaviour, get things done more quickly, and with a lot less bickering.
It's not going too bad, this. Actually working together for a change. And we're getting things done. Thank you. Can you close that one for there, love, please?
The secret ingredient.
Thank you. Uh-huh. Off you there. Do you want to just close that door for me, love?
Yeah, just a minute.
Thank you. Yes, all right.
Kath, you clever little sausage. You are communicating and rewarding like a good 'un. Well done, you.
Well, we've got...
Next morning, Kath's hatched a great plan. She's bought a memo board to help make Hal more efficient.
You're not second-guessing what I want you to do, and I'm not expecting you to do things that I'm thinking of.
This way, clever Kath can shape what Hal's tasks are easily and keep tabs on his progress bit by bit.
Okay, hoover and tidy of the table. What else did I say? Move. Good night.
The pure simplicity of clear and precise instructions have Hal tidying the living room and earning his rewards. And while Kath hoovers up, Hal, of his own volition, goes upstairs and puts his clothes away. Amazing! And Kath's direct approach has rubbed off so well on Hal that the following morning he makes the bed himself. And he tidies up after himself. So that when Kath arrives home from work, she rewards him. Again.
Thank you.
And again.
Thank you.
Stop it.
Was it painful? Thank you.
For what?
Seems like clear communication and teamwork has paid off for Kath as Hal loads the washing machine all by himself.
Turn into a right house husband, don't I?
Job done. What a good girl. The time has finally come for Hal to be unmuzzled. But has he noticed anything about Kath's sneaky husband training methods?
I'm intrigued. I think that finding out what this has all been about is going to be fun.
Time to reveal all.
Hello, Hal. I'm Annie. And I'm the person your lovely wife Kath has been seeing over the past few weeks to try and get rid of some of your annoying little habits. But what no one's told you is that I'm a dog trainer. And Kath's been trying dog training techniques to make you less of a naughty boy. But how did you get on? Let's take a look and see.
What a mucky pup you are, leaving a trail of destruction around the house for poor old Kath to clear up.
And Kath's been trying
Dog training.
techniques to
You could at least have put stuff away.
You are a naughty boy. So at Kath's first day at school, I showed her how I ignore the unwanted behaviour of dogs like little Freddie here and communicate to them clearly what it is I want from them.
A super sit. Yes.
Pretty soon, Kath got the hang of it. But the question was whether she could take home what she'd learnt from me and adapt it with you. After 1 week, it wasn't going too well for Kath, and soon you were up to your old tricks, leaving poor old Kath to do all those jobs you couldn't finish because you couldn't even remember starting them. So she came back to seek help from Auntie Annie, and I gave her some more dog training tips. This time she got the hang of it and had Alfie doing exactly what she wanted. Kath was soon back at home, using what she'd learnt at my school on you. And your house was soon shipshape with you at the helm.
The bed.
Kath was delighted and she told you so. In fact, quite a few times.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't have to thank me for everything I do.
So congratulations, Hal, you've done it. You are best in show.
Dog trainer.
What a good boy.
Did you realise that you had the habits that I went to Annie about?
Looking back, I was aware, yes. At the time, I hadn't realised how annoying it could be. But I've always said, if you want something doing, you only have to ask. I did notice that Kath was asking me to do things, and I've been trying to get her to do that for years. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a great improvement, and I just hope it continues.
I think with doing this, we'll be able to communicate better with each other, and I think in the long run, it's going to work out to benefit both of us.
Go ahead, let me give you a kiss.
Yeah!
Well, he certainly looked like he enjoyed himself. I do hope dear Kath can keep him sitting up and begging for more in the years to come. Pay attention to this week's top tip, as it could save you a fortune. Did you know it's a legal requirement for every dog to wear a tag bearing its owner's name and address, and without it, you could be given a hefty fine? So go to your local engraver before you're caught out. Your phone number is optional, but very useful if ever your dog gets lost. See you next time, dog fans.